So thanks again, the EPL for naming it. I had no idea they were going to do that, so appreciate them doing that. But this one is going to be for the Dorito side, so we're considering everything from the towers over the Dorito side. If you haven't checked out the middle, it's going to be all of that, and then the snake side is from the towers over. So definitely some interesting stuff. Make sure that you guys are watching all of those breakdowns there, so that way you get the most out of it. But that being said, let's go ahead and check out this Dorito side. Now, something that we saw going out this way, looking at the snake side actually, means that we have the same shot this way. Let me go up a little bit. Was this shot here. It looks like the tower should be able to make it out fine on the snake side, but this tower looks like they have a blind shot going into there. So it might kind of slow them down a little bit. From here, I'll go down a little. You might be able to throw some over the top of the pin into you. Sorry, they might from the back center. But I think that they are probably going to be shooting more for the Dorito. Not that it's impossible for them to shoot over here, but it might be one of those that you have to start diving in if they start shooting you going this way. But switch up your route. If you take a deeper route or a shallow route, that'll definitely help out. So let me see as we are getting out here. Okay, a little bit of a drop shot going into the wedge there, so that'll make it interesting for the snake side. This is useless heads up. So this is definitely going to be a bunker that you're shooting cross and then looking for the next move. Like this is, you really can't even help your Dorito side until they're in, what is that, Dorito 1, 2, 3? Yeah, so Dorito 3. So it's not exactly a beneficial spot to be in to help out your Dorito side. I'll go out and then go up into this brick a little bit later because I'm seeing a move that might be possible, but let's look at everything else. So as we are going out here, so if they float, this is one of the shots they can take if they float right here. So actually, you would have that shot too if you wanted to. You could shoot through here. But this is the other one that we had talked about in the back center. In the middle was that shot. So you can see it here. But again, if you switch up your route, maybe even go in front of the tower, trying to get underneath the lane, taking the really deep route and up, that's how I think you're going to avoid that. It's just making it where it's tough for them to figure out how you're getting here. The inside shots and all that, I'm not even worried about these guys. Their shot there would have to be lucky, to be honest. I don't see this being even something worth drilling, just because there's so much stuff happening here and you're just kind of guessing. This guy 100% should drill this, and whoever it is that's running this should 100% drill the run and have someone try to shoot at them, try to figure out where is it that it's going to be safest for them to run to. But let's look as we come up here. Okay, so right into this Dorito. Ooh, 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 ooh. I think that bounce will work. If you come here and shoot right off of that Dorito, I think this is going to make that tower kind of interesting. If you hit there, it'll skip over into that tower. Now, where exactly it goes in, that I don't know. But I think that'll make it where it's definitely interesting for that guy, especially if they are still there. Maybe if you come out wider and are able to shoot into there, it kind of pauses them for a minute. So that could definitely be a good one. This isn't one that I would want to come to stay to help out my Dorito side. You can see I can't see. You can see that I can't see. Makes sense, right? I can't see the wire. So this is not something that I want to come to and help protect anyone. Is there anything crossfield? Doesn't really look like it. I mean, you can sort of see the middle, but yeah, so let's look here. So there's that float shot would be able to shoot through here as well. So if you're making a big run coming up into this little Dorito, just know that that's going to be a threat. What will help though is these Doritos blocking you out. So that way you can wrap a little bit harder. So since you can wrap a little bit harder, the can for sure is able to shoot into that gap. We saw that in the middle breakdown. The brick might be able to assist a little bit as well. And then the starfish there, you can see that. So those guys for sure you'd want to check off. The tower isn't going to be able to shoot that. Yeah, I think you're going to get through there just fine once you check those guys in. This would definitely be another one that's a possibility. If you shoot at the Dorito one there for it to bounce into the tower, I think that could be possible. If there is someone in that starfish, you might actually be able to bounce it off this brick into them as well. So that could be another one there. All right, so tower's a threat, brick is a threat. Do we have anything inside? Only if they're showing a lot. I don't see this. This is probably going to be one of those you're trying to wrap and go. You don't 100. Well, you have the wrap because you have that safety net of the Dorito in front of you. That being said, if they come out real wide, they might be able to catch you. So you would just want to be careful of that. Which actually, I wanted to check something with this guy. Can he? No, he's going to get shot here. I was trying to see if someone can come out to the wire and help you out. So I don't know that you're going to have someone in this Dorito side helping you down the wire. I think you kind of have to help yourself, and then some shots from the middle are going to be helping to prevent them from making moves. Here, this is going to be a big bite for Dorito players to make it through. So the reason being, you see you have the brick can shoot that. The tower can kind of shoot it even still. The starfish. Then you have these middle bunkers. If someone's in this little W, which I don't think, but you never know. Some people go to weird spots, go into there, and they can shoot into there. There's just a lot that you have to check off. So when you're looking, make sure that they aren't baiting you. If you come here and it seems too easy, there might be a reason why, and that's because someone is trying to bait you to come through. So just double check it. It's better to slow it down just a little bit and make sure that you get there alive. So let's make this move into here. Okay, so some inside shots there. Let's make this wrap. Okay, so you'd have to be careful down the wire because now you're in a spot that they can try to take a couple steps out on these other Doritos and then shoot you down the wire. You might have sort of the same bounce going into that tower if that tower is a threat. The brick is able to shoot into here. The starfish has nothing. And then, I mean, yeah, you have the center Aztecs, but like we saw on that Dorito side, I'm not sure 100% where people are going to go. I'm not a huge fan of those Aztecs, at least early. You could use it as a way later on, but I don't know. I feel like there's better options than those. I actually wonder, I don't know if this angle would work. But it could be worth trying to see if it does. If I get my marker, if you hit this side right here, if it would skip over to the other tower. Which actually, when we were looking at the snake side, we didn't look for any of those, which there might be. Because this tower for the snake side looks pretty important from at least this first glance. So if you can throw paint off here and it does bounce into that guy, you can really help your snake out because now you're taking a threat off the field for them. If we come down and look here more. So this move, yeah, your big threats are the tower and the brick. Of course, the middle Aztecs. I don't think that there's going to be people in those little W's. And then you can start wrapping a little bit harder here. So, yeah, this Dorito side looks like a threat. It's just getting out. That's going to be the issue. Now let's look at that middle brick. If I were to come out and go up, so that floater can shoot you. That would be something you'd want to be careful of. I want to check another route. Okay, but this is where I think this brick would be really, really helpful. So you have to understand when to battle and when to roll off. But the fact that I could probably shoot this Dorito and it'll skip at least into that Dorito enough that it'll freak the guy out could be worth it. If I pull back and am shooting through here, that could definitely be something to slow down the Dorito side. Shooting through here, of course. Yeah, so I mean, this brick is really helpful for that stuff. We saw that in the middle that they can help a lot with that as well. So maybe you actually do like a two-man operation on this side. So that way you have one person that can kind of wrap and put pressure on the inside while the other guy makes the bump. But the other guy needs to understand that they're essentially like an island in the front. They can't see in front of them. But this was one of the routes that I was just looking at and just thinking if it might work. So playing that brick. If I were to go there, I think something that could be worth trying is as you're coming up, like we saw in the center video, you can shoot this gap and this gap, right? But I'm thinking if you run this way and then dive across, if they are shooting this gap here, you're basically able to come across and get underneath it. I don't know, they might be able to adjust quick enough, but that could be something that is worth a try. But that looks about what the Dorito side is going to be. So, yeah, I mean, I'm liking this. It's going to be a little bit more technical. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of like throw stuff to the wall and see what sticks. Yeah, I think it might be the wraps on this Dorito having a two-man operation, someone else in the middle to help cut those up, to help stop the moves down the wire. Then these guys are able to kind of put people in. I think that might be the move to take. Snake is going to be interesting for sure, like we saw. So if you haven't checked out that video, make sure you go over and check it out, as well as the middle. But yeah, so really good stuff. Tell me what you guys think in the comments down below, and I guess I will see you in the next one. If you haven't gone over and checked out the middle or the snake side breakdown, please make sure you do that, so that way you can get a full idea of the field. But other than that, I will see you guys in the next one. Good luck, and as always, remember, watch, learn, win. Thanks.